So let's arrive in this new year, this first Tuesday of the year together. Maybe by letting out an audible exhale. It doesn't have to necessarily be a sigh, but just hear your exhale. Noticing it leave the body. And then greet that exhale with an inhale. And then another exhale. And just keep going with the breath. Maybe you rub the hands together and warm them a little before binding prayer, Anjali Mudra in your heart. Or maybe you rest the hands in your lap, just however feels right for you. As we arrive in our space, giving ourselves the space to be today. Sometimes we often set an intention before class, right? We have a collective intention or kind of something that we can come back to and anchor ourselves in. But today I just invite us, if there is, our resolve, our San Kalpa, maybe for this upcoming year or just for today, something that you want to plant on the fertile soil of your heart this morning. Bring it into your space. Maybe you haven't had time to think about it. And so this practice today is a time to just be with your body, be with your soul, be with your mind, and let that come up, and maybe it will show itself today, tomorrow. But holding the space and creating the space for a sense of newness, and perhaps a little bit of rebirth. And what the heck, I will share something that was really touching. I was reading some Rainer Maria Rilke, his Duino Elegies, and I love this passage. He writes, "Begin again and again the never attainable praising. Remember, the hero lives on. Even his downfall was merely a pretext for achieving his final birth." The hero lives on. So here we are, guys, we're living on. So let's cultivate that in our space today. On your next exhale, maybe you make the sound of Om. Maybe you open your arms out to the side or to the sky. But just bring a little bit of an invocation to your practice in whatever way that means to you today. Coming together, maybe on an inhale, we blink the eyes open gently. Maybe we open them wide and look up and down and to the side, awakening the eyes literally. And then we'll inhale, bring our arms out and bring those shoulder blades nice and close together, reaching those arms back, back, back. We're going to do a practice today to kind of open up the back body and the hamstrings. So now let's bring our arms in front, give ourselves a hug. Maybe the left arm underneath, just so we can keep track, so we can honor both. And now look over to the right. And then look to the left shoulder. And inhale, open the arms up wide. Maybe exhaling and inhaling a couple of times. As you open wide, maybe you dip the chin down to the chest. And now bring the hands behind us. Let's interlace our hands together, bring them to that right hip. So that the left arm is across the low back, and we'll look over that right shoulder. Breathing in and out. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe feeling the nurturance of every breath. On an exhale, let the hands go. Bring the chin back to the middle. Open up wide, arms to the side. Yep, nice. Exhale, that right arm underneath, left arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Maybe finding the shoulder blades with those fingertips. Maybe just the shoulders, depending on how broad your chest and your shoulders are. And now look over one shoulder and then the other. Settling into our physical body. Take us deep inside of our heart and our mind. Now bring that chin back to the middle, gaze forward. On an inhale, open up the arms. Maybe flip the palms down and up. Kind of opening up those shoulders. And then bring that right arm behind the back. Hands interlace at that left hip. And then glance over that left shoulder. Maybe the chin even goes down a little bit and you feel it on the back of the neck. Maybe you look up. Maybe you just look straight over. And breathe in and out. One more breath in. And exhale, bring the gaze forward. Release the hands from behind you. Sweep them up to the sky. Bring the hands back together and put the palms up, the chin down, stretching through the side body and those armpits. Maybe you go over to one side and then the other. Just back and forth. Moving with breath. Maybe holding the breath with awareness and then letting the breath go. Now let's bring the hands back to shine towards the sky. Send the legs out long in front, flex the feet. Shift those sits bones so they're grounded. Maybe bring the hands so the palms face in front of the chest and then redo the clasp so the other thumb is on top. Flip them back out towards the heart center and then back up to the sky. Let's breathe in, reach for the sky. And then fold it forward, leading forward with the heart. And maybe you start to feel a little bit in the low back and then pause there, but reach and press through the palms. Maybe you need to bend the knees a little bit and that's fine. Just offering a stretch between the back of the legs or maybe we feel it on the back. And you can just fold or you can reach. On an exhale, let's bring those hands back up to sky. Lowering the legs down, maybe let the feet be loosey-goosey, let the arms be loosey-goosey as they fall down to the ground. Yeah, now let's roll the neck. One way, then the other. Feeling that strong core that holds us up with our legs out in front. That's no small thing. That's strength in the back with the legs out long. And now bring that chin back to the front. Let's bring our heels and our feet under and let's lie down facing dog. And maybe you need to wiggle through a few things on your way, which is fine. Maybe stretching out the arms, stretching out the backs of the legs, anything that's going to support you in your practice today. And then we'll meet together in downward facing dog. And when you get there, maybe you wiggle out a little more. Maybe you dip one hip and then the other, reaching an arm forward or back or pedaling out the feet, bringing arms and feet wide. Just finding yourself free to move and free to make your practice your own. And then let's bring that hero inside of us. The hero lives on. Bring it into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's be here 5 breaths, guys. Pressing those heels to the ground if they reach. If they don't reach, that's okay. That's sometimes a flexibility thing, sometimes it's an anatomy thing. So just give yourself a break, take the pressure off. Hands ground, heart reaches for the tops of the thighs, gaze towards that navel. And let's bring some self-awareness into our space. Breathe in and out. And now inhale, let's roll it forward. Finding our plank pose for just a breath, pressing the floor weight, lifting the hips. And now lower down the knees, tops of the feet cover the earth. Exhale, lower down chest and chin. And then inhale, let's find our baby cobra. Let's let the hands hover. That low back, active. Yeah. Now inhale just a little more. Moving that active back body higher. And now press the hands down and lifting the heart just a little more. Nice, breathe in. Now exhale, go back with the hips just a smidge. So your hips aren't over the knees, but your hips are lifted now. Lower the, or bend the elbows so your chin and your heart lowers. Let's just do a couple of little cobra push-ups and then press up on an exhale. Feel the whole entire core, back, side body active. Exhale, lower. Pause, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, press up. Now inhale at the top, pause. Exhale, lower. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, press up. Now bring that right knee forward and the left. So now our hips are over the knees. Bring the seat back, rise up, shoulders over hips. Arms reach to sky. Nice. Interlace the hands again. Press the hands up to the sky. And then we'll reach over to one side. And then the other. Our side body stretch. If we're going to open our back, we're going to also open the side body. Back and forth. And now up through the middle with the hands. We'll fold it forward in a puppy pose. Hands come down. If you have your blocks, sometimes it's nice to bring them up high or maybe the middle. And then let that heart really dip down, stretching out that under part of the arm. And feel that along the spine. Heart melting, hips lift. Breathing in and out. Maybe noticing the muscles between the ribs expand. Feel that prana moving through your being. That intelligence and life force energy. Breathe in. Exhale, glance up between the hands. If you have your blocks, maybe you just walk the blocks underneath the shoulders. And then we'll bring that left knee in and the right leg forward for Ardha Honeymoon Asana. If you don't have your blocks, if you didn't have them before, find them now. Maybe they're on either side of the knee. Find that nice sweet spot where your left hip is over the knee and your right foot points to sky. Now press that right heel down. Draw the right heart. Draw the heart forward towards the right foot. Maybe you surrender and fold. Maybe you just keep that heart kind of beaming past the big toe. Feel that behind the leg, in the back of the leg. Let's breathe in. And now exhale, bring that left hand over towards the right side of the leg. So maybe you just bring the block with you, or maybe you just bring the hands to the earth. So both hands are on the right side of that leg. We're kind of twisting in the back. Yes, breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in. Exhale, that left hand comes on the left side of the leg, the right hand's on the right side now. Now rock forward, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Dropping that left hip down, opening up the front of that hip flexor. Breathe in and out. When we open up our psoas muscle, we can release some fear. Sometimes fear likes to hide out in that psoas. So that might be something that energetically is awakened and liberated when we open up our hip flexors. Let's breathe in and out. And then we'll inhale, bring the arms up to sky. Now rock the hips back, curl the toes of that left foot under, and then we'll, with our strength and with our will, press up into a crescent lunge. Maybe you rock forward and replant that back left foot, rising high. And we'll exhale, bring our arms out like goalposts, and then bring the shoulder blades together. And then bring the hands together in front. Maybe the palms meet, elbows can meet. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Breathe in. Now exhale, frame the foot, step the right foot back, plank pose. Breathe in and out. Maybe you come into both your feet down, the left hand under the heart, and that right arm reaches forward like a three-armed plank, breathing in and out. If not, just stay in your regular plank. And now exhale, shift over onto the left side of the foot, the left arm, reach out right arm for sky. The weight goes in the back of that shoulder. You can reach up or over any variation of Ashisthasana. Yes, a couple breaths here. One more breath. And now exhale, bring the right hand back down, finding plank pose, Palakasana. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Now inhale, everything lowers to the ground, the heart, the tops of the legs, tops of the feet. Now reach the hands forward, palms face the ground. And now turn the thumbs to sky, lift the tops of the feet off the earth, the knees come off, maybe the thighs come off, and then reach the thumbs to sky. And then exhale, bring those elbows towards the hips. Yeah, like a W. And then back up, palms face each other, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, elbows to hips. One more breath. Now lower down the tops of the legs. Tops of the feet touch the floor. Hands come under the shoulders. Exhale, up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And let the breath go. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. This practice today, giving birth to a San Kalpa, an intention. Maybe it's cultivating an intention if you already have one set. Breathe in and out. One more breath in. Exhale, let the breath go. Maybe it's audible, maybe it's quiet like a whisper. Inhale to draw the left foot forward, lower that right knee down, and then exhale back for Ardha Honeymoon Asana. Toes to the sky, the left heel presses down, adjusting the knee and the right leg is however you need. Maybe you find your blocks now or later. Shifting down into Ardha Honeymoon Asana. Let the breath go. Exhale as you surrender into this expansion on the back of the leg. You close the eyes, feel yourself in the shape. On your next exhale, be the witness and stand outside of the physical sensation. And now bring the hands over to the left side of the leg. Maybe the blocks go with if you have the blocks. Our little twists. One more breath. Exhale, bring the blocks, the hands back to the both sides of the leg. Shift the hips forward, coming into Anjaneyasana. That right hip flexor dropping down. And this time let's bring our arms out like a T. Just let ourselves kind of open across the chest. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands above the head, pressing the thumb and index finger together at the top. That activates our anterior serratus. Those are those muscles that attach to the ribs. It's really subtle, but press that thumb and the pinky together. Nice and strong. And then exhale, curl the toes under, rock forward a little bit, and find your way up to a crescent lunge. Ashwachandrasana. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, drop the arms out wide with the fingertips point down as if you had weights in the hands. Let the shoulders really drop and those shoulder blades depress down the back. Breathe in. Now exhale, shifting the weight forward, bow over that leg, and now let's rise forward. Drop the right foot to meet the left, flat back, fingertips reach back. As if you're peering over that outfield wall, kind of watching if that ball is going fair or foul. And now bring the arms out like a T. Now reach the hands in front. As if you had a box and you're holding and reaching that box forward. Feel the active back, breathe in. Bend the knees, exhale, fold it forward, and then step back to plank pose for a breath. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe that right hand comes underneath the heart, the left arm reaches forward, three-armed plank. Drawing the belly button to the spine. And then when you're ready, finding your side plank, rolling over to the right, left arm up or over. Feeling that limitlessness that is our eternal being. Now exhale, bring the hand back down. So now we're in plank. Reaching through the heels, reaching through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down knees. Sit the hips back just enough to walk the hands forward. Finding puppy pose, blocks or no blocks. Sinking down that heart. Breathing in. One more time. Now exhale, lowering elbows, bringing those shoulders forward, hips, tops of the thighs come down. Finding ourselves in Shalamba Bhujangasana. Elbows down, heart shines between those biceps. Feet can be mat distance apart or closer. Exhale, press the elbows down. Maybe pull the elbows towards the hips. And as you do, that chest leans forward. Exhale. One more breath. Now lower down so that maybe lower sternum is on the ground. Bring the arms out like a Y. Tip the fingers as if there were a softball underneath them. So the hands or fingertips are on the floor. And now lift the heart with the chest. Now maybe you bring those hands a little closer towards the corners of the mat. And then lift up for a seal. Making sure the shoulders aren't scrunched into the ears, but they're kind of, yeah, you got it. So they're low. The ears are nice and dignified, lifting into their own space. One more breath. Exhale, bend the arms, the elbows, slowly lower down the chest. And now just when that rib cage gets down and the elbows are bent, bring the arms out so thumbs shine towards the sky, look down towards the ground, and then lift the tops of the legs off the earth again. So here we are, our locust. Inhale. Now exhale, bring those elbows towards the hips like a W, and then out like a Y. And then exhale like a W. Inhale, Y. Exhale, find that W, and maybe you tap the top of one foot to the earth, and then the other, just one at a time. Arms can be a W, maybe you feel better with your arms in a Y. We're just gonna tap the toes a couple times. And now lower down the tops of the legs. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders or beside the ribs. Press up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Breathing in and out. One more breath in. Exhale, let the breath go. And now rock forward into plank pose. Inhale when you get there. Exhale, lower the knees. And now bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And then inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Cat. Press the earth away. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. One more time, drop the belly, lift the heart, cow. And now exhale, let's find that neutral spine. And now on an inhale, let's lift that toe, right toe to the sky, point towards the sky, lifting the heart. Yeah. And then round the nose to the knee. Inhale, toe to sky. Let's pause there. And then inhale, bring the left arm forward. Find some steadiness. Maybe you sweep that left hand back and you find that right foot in that left hand. Nice. Maybe you kick into the hand and that leg lifts high. And now release that knee down, release the hand from the foot. Feel how strong that is when the hand and the foot are apart. And then bring the hand forward and then exhale, hand and knee to the ground. Maybe sit back in child's pose for a breath or lift up and back to downward facing dog to stretch that low back out. Exhale, lower down the knees. Bring those hands underneath the heart space. And now we'll do that on the other side. So we'll inhale, point that toe to the sky, lifting the chest up. And then exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, toe to sky. Exhale, knee to nose. And now point that toe to sky on an inhale. Exhale, feel that stability between those 3 points of contact now. And then we'll inhale, finding 2 points of contact, the right arm coming forward, yes. And then if it's accessible and feels right in your body, maybe bring that hand back, the foot and the hand meet, and kick that hand into, or the foot into the hand. Notice where your body responds. Maybe it's the core, maybe it's the chest. Maybe it's your face, relax your face. On an exhale, release the hand from the foot, but keep that hand back and feel the response and that change in the body when it's more of an active versus passive. And now sweep the hand forward, lower that knee down. Exhale, hand comes to the ground, and you can bring your knees wide for child's pose, or maybe bring the hands and those feet wide for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing in and out. Now let's lower down onto our knees, lift the seat up if you're in child's pose, and then lower all the way down onto the belly so we can roll over onto the back. And you get onto that back. Find the entire spine on the ground, so maybe your feet are on the floor, and then draw the knees up so the knees are over the hips. You maybe extend the legs long if you want. We're going to come into just a little twist, so you can bend the knees if that feels better, or keep the legs long, but drop them over to the right side. Knees can stack. Let's just lie here in our twist. When you're ready, on an exhale, draw those knees through center, find that spine on the earth, and then exhale again to lower the knees to the other side. Yeah, you guys got it. You guys have done yoga before. Letting that face relax and soften into this moment, into this time and space that will never happen again. On an exhale, draw the knees back to the middle. Now another supportive low back is an Apanasana. Maybe you want to find a happy baby, which is more targeted the hamstrings. So kind of just sense into your space. What are you feeling today? Maybe you want both. You can give yourself both. Maybe noticing the energy beginning to settle. Maybe the energy speeds up, because maybe it's the energy of the mind that starts to go. The body is still. So just notice again the reaction, the response of the body to this moment, to this shape. On an exhale, let's lower down our feet to the ground, so knees are to the sky. And just another gentle little back treat. Let's send our legs long, or keep those knees bent. We'll come into fish pose, so bring those hands underneath the glutes, so you kind of just lie on them. Press the elbows down into the ground. You're gazing up at the ceiling. As you press the elbows down, the chest lifts. And now lift the chest on purpose as you press further into the elbows, then come onto the crown of the head and look past the front of your mat. And if that doesn't feel good, just kind of keep that back of the head on the ground, just look in the heart a little. Maybe you come into bridge pose and bring that chin to the chest. Either way. One more breath. And then exhale, if you're in fish, let that crown of the head or back of the head drag across the floor as the chin comes to the chest, towards that chest. Let the hands come out from underneath the back. Maybe hug the knees into the chest. Here in bridge, lower down. And then we'll exhale, find our Shavasana. That low back, mid back, upper back, backs of the legs supported by the earth. Imagine the entire back of the body is being plugged in to a battery or to a power source that's going to rejuvenate your entire being. Feel yourself being filled with nurturance, with truth, with wisdom. Let's bring our awareness to the beating of our heart. Bring our awareness to the back of the heel against the floor. Shoulders on the floor. And then bending one foot so it's on the earth so we can press over to one side, rolling over to our side. Feeling this, as Rilke would write, maybe it's a final birth, maybe it's not. Just feeling this renewal from our practice to bring us into our day. And then when you're ready, just gently press into a seat. And then maybe closing your practice the same way you started, with hands at heart or hands in lap. Happy New Year. Such an honor to practice with all of you. Let's exhale. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Namaste.